Yo, what's up guys? I'm haixoan from Rise 2D. Today, I'm going to show you how to make an anime Thai beat Boombap hip hop track. Okay, first I'm going to use a technique called resample. Basically, I'll pick an existing sample and then create a completely new one from it. Alright, first you need to grab a sample that you like. I've already found one that sounds like this. So I'll take a section from here, then carefully drag it down here into my project. This is just the first step, and I'll guide you through the process as we go along. Next, you'll use a plugin called Slides in FL Studio, which is a widely used music production software. Drag it in. When you bring your audio file into the project, the software will automatically generate. However, you're not limited to these automatic suggestions. If you want more control, you can delete the automatically created slice points. Once I've finished cutting out the segments I like, now, moving on to the next step, I want to add a few highlights to make the track more interesting. It will look something like this. In this section, I can select a single note from the sample library. Just like before, I choose the note I want. To make sure this new note or sample blends well with the rest of the track, I use two specific plugins, Kickstart and Gross Beat. That it doesn't clash with or overpower the main melody. Now that the main melody for the entire beat is finished, we can move on to the next important part of the composition, which is the bass. For the bass, I'll be using the Ample Bass Z. When I compose the bass line, my approach is to only change some of the velocity value. And one thing to note is that when you're composing, don't put it exactly on the snap. Don't put it right at the start, let it be a little loose. So carefully place it right around here, somewhere in the very middle. Not like this. Just loosen it up a bit so it sounds old school. This is the bass part. I'll turn it up a little. This is the bass line, which will run throughout the whole track, only changing in a few sections to keep the song from getting boring and repetitive, so it stays interesting. Next is the drum part. For the drums, I'll pick sounds from my own Boombap kit. For the intro, I'm focusing more on how to compose it. Laid back. I'll compose this part in a higher register to make it sound a bit different. For the fill, I keep it pretty simple, just kick, snare and hi-hat. This is the drum part. You can compose it in a similar way if you want to achieve a comparable feel. The kick too follows this principle. Sounds very old school. Next, for the climax of the song, I'll add strings. For the strings, I use the Tokyo scoring string library. I named the patch, but later, when I listened to Staccatissimo, I realized it actually sounded better for this section. And it doesn't take up as much space in the mix. That's just how it feels to my ears. this one gives a more punchy vibe that fits the climax perfectly. Okay, so the ingredients for the whole track are done at this point. My next job is to add some variations so the song doesn't get boring or repetitive. Here is the riff I wrote. It's sparser, with more space between the notes, creating a more open and airy atmosphere. For this part, I add some slides and embellishments to get that effect. That's it. Slide out just using basic techniques. As for the bass, it's sparser too. So basically, that's how a beat like this is finished. I hope my tutorial will be helpful for you all. Peace!